So here we are with my girlfriend Valerie, and we are going to ask her some questions and do an interview. Thanks for actually doing this, Val.
You're welcome.
Okay, so when I first came out to you, was that really difficult?
Yeah, it was really hard. Um, but almost immediately it made sense, though. It was very strange.
Was it uncomfortable?
Yeah, well, at first, like, there was a lot of, for about a month after you told me I stayed, for about a month, and there was a lot of, like, as soon as we came home and, like, night fell, we both dress up as girls and things like that. And then, so that was uncomfortable at first because, I mean, it was all new. You're so masculine before, you know. So, um,
So how masculine was I really?
well, you're very convincing. We'll just put it that way. Like, very athletic, very, I won't say aggressive, assertive, very assertive. What else? Very into just guy stuff. Well, what is deemed guy stuff anyway? Like pulling the trailer. You're very into big trucks, things like that. Oh, and then I mean, you have what they call retard strength. I know that's completely politically incorrect, but it's yeah, it was crazy strength, and I was always heavy, and you were able to pick me up with no issue. So things like that, lots of stuff like that.
Well, that's just from the bodybuilding, though.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, and the fact that you were a bodybuilder before, and then when we first met, you were still pretty big, muscly. Um, so yeah, it's not something that I ever would have figured out for myself.
So how was I on taking all your compliments about me bodybuilding?
Oh yeah, you never liked hearing how manly you looked. Like there was this one letter I wrote you about how wonderful and manly and hot I thought you were, and um, you liked it. And then I remember asking you about it after you came out to me, and you told me you actually didn't relate to it. Like you liked that I wrote how much I loved you and things like that in the letter, but that you didn't feel like it was actually written to you or something like that. Um, wow, I kind of forgot the question a little bit.
I just didn't react well, did I,
No,
to
you didn't. Oh, that's right.
compliments?
Yeah, to compliments. Yeah, I loved your voice, and I told you how wonderful and sexy I thought your voice was, and you never. Whenever I try to compliment you on anything like that, you just never took it. It was like, um, it's like I just thought you were maybe really insecure or something because you never took them well.
Now, has that changed since I've come out?
Oh yeah, every time I tell you you're cute and stuff, you get a big old grin on your face. And it's like you actually believe me now. When before I'd tell you you were hot and everything and you were just kind of, oh, well, whatever. And I can tell you never took it and believed me. But now when I tell you stuff like that, you believe me.
So you've actually seen a personality change, basically.
Oh yeah, much happier. And there was always something before that I couldn't, there was always this issue just under the surface the whole time. And I kept waiting for you to tell me. And when you did, it was just like,
Well, how would you know that there's an issue?
Um, you would get upset about things that man or woman, you would usually anybody would not usually get that upset about. And usually when stuff like that happens, there's a deeper issue going on, and it doesn't matter what the issue is. There's usually something there.
This is why my family used to call me a hothead, by the way.
Oh
I
yeah.
would I would get angry just on the drop of a dime, drop of a hat. I mean,
Yeah, and like there were some days when I watched what I said around you too. Not that it was abusive or anything, but it was just like I didn't want to see. Um, I didn't want to see you get more upset. Not that you'd get upset at me, but just I didn't want to see you get more upset in general.
so you've seen that change as well.
Oh yeah, now I can actually talk to you all the time.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know how you could have ever seen the girl with how irritable I was then.
Well, testosterone does a crap load, so.
Well, I think looking like a man and feeling like a girl does a crap load too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So have you enjoyed anything since I've come out to you? Has any of this been a relief to you at all? Can you think of anything?
Well, besides all of this making sense, like I'm trying to understand the question a bit further.
I'm sorry.
Like
I'm just.
relief.
Well, has any of this been a good thing for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, actually, I don't know if this is the answer you're looking for, but I guess that doesn't matter. I actually feel like my eyes have been opened in an area that I never would have put forth effort into trying to learn about, like about the transgender community and how different it is from what I actually thought it would have been. Not that I knew even the term transgender before, but like if I had ever seen, which I have, if I had ever seen a guy dressed up as like a girl or anything like that, I guess I would have assumed it was about sex and I would have thought that person was a little strange. But finding out this was the thing that was the huge like crack in the iceberg for me that finally made it all make sense was that sexuality and gender identity were two very separate things. Um, Figuring that out actually was wonderful. It was enlightening, and it's now when I see people that don't understand it or I try to talk to someone about it, if they don't grasp that thing right away, it makes for a very frustrating conversation for me, and I actually want to stop it right away because I end up liking the person less. It's kind of unfair of me, but it's just the reaction. I can't really help it. So that for sure, yeah.
Has your love towards me changed at all?
Well, yeah, yeah, it has. I still love you very, very much, and but it's different. It's a girl now. I still, yeah, we're still here for each other.
So we've grown close, but just it's different. It's just different.
Yeah, well, it has to be, especially now that you're taking hormones and things like that. It can't be the same as it was before. We had a very the dynamics between a man and a woman and a woman are very different.
Yeah. Well, my our dynamics were definitely different all the time, but
That's true.
I was definitely putting on a front. Which
Yeah.
once that fell, what was that like to see that front fall and me just be more me?
Well, it's nice to see you be more you.
Was it a little strange?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was strange. It was. I always attributed like the girl things that you did as just being like your feminine side that you were really in touch with or something. But now it's you're so much more in touch with yourself that like things don't bother you the way they used to and stuff like that. That's a huge relief. Being able to talk on a very different level, that's a huge
Yes, it is.
relief.
Well, thanks so much for this interview, and we may ask you to do another one later on. You're
Okay.
awesome. You're beautiful. You're great. You're just amazing. Thanks for doing this, Val.
You're welcome.